Hey guys, it's Sam and welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to make a wall decor for your cage, as Mango's cage has been considerably cold and we have no radiators in the playroom, so I can't help heat it up anymore, and plug-in portable heaters are quite dangerous and we are out of the house a lot in the day, so this wouldn't really work for us. So I'm going to include lots more bedding for Mango and always have the extra option of bedding lying around the cage, so if she feels the need to, she can get some. If you hear noise in the background, that is just Mango running about in her ball as usual. She loves going out in her ball and does stretches in it and grooms herself. But yes, I am going to be showing you how to do the wall decor, and this is entirely optional. I have my lovely stomper box, but you can basically use anything you can find around the house. The only essential things that you are going to need is a flat piece of cardboard which is sturdy enough, and this is going to go against the side of the bottom of your cage. So make sure that it's not too tall so that it's not going to fit in your cage, and it's not too small that it's not even going to be poking out of the bedding. I am using my trusty stomper box. As usual, I have lots of cardboard. The things I am using for this does not have to be the same as things you're going to use for this, as it's entirely different. I'm going to use a toilet paper roll, some tissue paper, a bit of a wrapping paper roll, so I can choose the size of this, a little ledge that I made, and finally a few bits and pieces to add some more texture to it, just made from cardboard. And lastly, you're going to need some flour glue, and this is a mix of 2 parts flour, 1 part water, and I just use the measurements using a teaspoon. This may vary depending on what type of flour you are using. I use the Tesco flour, and it should be a thick paste. So yes, the first thing you're going to do is take your flat bit of cardboard and you are going to decide where you want to position some things. I know that I want my toilet paper tube at the bottom as a little ledge, and this is basically going to be where you can have it whatever you want. The ledges anywhere, really, diagonal, cross, wherever you feel like you want it. And you are basically, let me just move this stuff out of the way. You're basically just going to use the flour paste as an act of glue. You can also use children's safe glue, but I just like to use flour glue just to make sure that it's perfectly safe for Mango. So I'm going to start taking this and I'm going to apply some flour glue on the bottom. You do want to make sure not to add too much so that it will soak through the cardboard and not be sticky anymore. But you don't want to add too less so that it is not sticky at all and doesn't dry. The only downside about flour glue is that it is pretty wet and can soak through things. Also, it does take about a day to dry, so it's not very good if you need stuff urgently. But I do have lots of other things in Mango's cage that can keep her warm, so it's not exactly urgent. Also, make sure that you have left a bit of the cardboard at the bottom to be able to sit into the bedding, as this is going to be how it's going to be held up against the wall. You can also make this a cube and sort of make it like playpen sort of obstacle thing around in a cube shape if you prefer. But I'm going to do a wall decor as that's what I would like. So I've just stuck this down here with the flour glue. As you can see, it is holding quite well. I'm not sure how this will work with plastic, but it's working just fine with cardboard. I'm just pressing down on it through in the tube just to make sure the flour glue really sticks. Hi, Mango. She's just down here messing around with this stuff. Next, I'm going to take the other cardboard tube out of, this is a bit thicker, and this is from the paper roll tube, and I do suggest putting the bigger things in first, and then you can make place for the small things. Then I'm going to have this down in the bottom corner like this. So I am going to again take my flower glue and I am just going to put this around the edge. This one is going to be a little bit harder just because of the shape of it. So I am going to use my finger. You can use a finger for everything or you can use a brush, just depending on what you like to use or what you have laying around your house. Okay, so I'm just smearing on that flower glue. Make sure to be nice and generous, but as I said before, not too generous that it will soak in. So mine just looks like this. I got a thick layer on there, and I'm going to pop the flower glue and stick it down. As you can see, if I did use hot glue or children's safe glue, Mango would be able to bite on this and even die. So yes, I am going to then use my finger and smear it around the outside so that it does stick. As you can see, some of the copper tube is coming up, but that is perfectly fine for me as I can always secure it later with another layer of flower glue. Just now I am putting and placing flower glue just to seal in the gaps to make sure this is ultra secure for everything that I need. Okie dokie. Mango's suddenly gone very quiet. Okay. Also, the reason I have known that Mango is very cold is because she has not been coming out as much. Usually she's waiting by the door, but now she's not, and I have to open the door before she realizes that she can come out. Also, flower glue does come out pretty easily as it literally is just flour and water, but you may need to give it a bit of a scrub. So here we go, I've taped it on like this with the flower glue, and it is not very secure as you can see. This is why you do not shake stuff about when the flower glue is still wet. Also, if you are doing a taller one, because you have a IKEA D12 cage or something maybe a bit taller, if you are using flower glue, it is secure, but if it's too high, the weight of your hamster could make it collapse, and this could lead to injury. So just make sure that it is very secure. Obviously mine isn't too high, so it's okay, but I am going to leave the flower glue to fully dry before I pop this in her cage for obvious reasons that we have just witnessed. So yes, I am not going to show you it, but I can show you it from here, and it is secured. So I've literally got flower glue all over me, but that's not a problem because, as I said before, it comes out pretty easily. Next, I'm going to put on the ledge. I do suggest, if you're using ledge, to cut the bits of the cardboard, as this does just make it a bit easier for it to stick to the other cardboard, because this is a smooth edge because it was packaged box. But obviously, if you have proper corrugated cardboard, you can roughen it up using sandpaper or whatever else you wish. So again, I'm just splodging that lovely flower glue mixture onto there. And I think I'm going to put this ledge just above the thing. So the objective to this is, if you have a long enough tube, your hamster can use this to burrow or sleep in. But you can also use it for a playground, as Mango, I feel, has been pretty bored lately. But also, I don't really know because she hasn't been coming out. But I am assuming that she's not coming out because she's cold. And also, she has nothing to really come out for. So I am cleaning out her nest regularly, obviously replacing with the same amount of bedding, but just getting rid of all the poo and food. That way she is made to come out and hunt for more food to keep herself warm and to give her things to do. That really just happened. So this lovely cardboard tube is clearly not sticking, so I'm afraid that I am not going to be able to lift this up till the end of the drying process, which I will do a video on when it's all dry. But yes, Anyway, this is sort of what it looks like so far. Obviously, you can adjust things with more flower glue if you wish. Next, I'm just going to take this and just start to put a bit of texture onto the board. If you have a very agility hamster, then they may or may not be able to go onto these tiny little ridges, depending on how big your hamster is. But I'm pretty sure since I have a Syrian, Mango will probably not be able to go onto these little ridges. But it gives them something to do and maybe something else to smell. Also, if you were wondering what the tissue was for, it was of course to dry your hands. You can include tissue in some of the tunnels if you wish, but I am just using it to dry my hands because I am using my fingers and it is getting pretty messy. I am using a spoon to help apply this. But of course, you can use any utensil you want. You can even use your hands. This could also be a fun craft if you do not own a hamster and you just wanted to make a nice little craft. So this could also serve many other purposes. I think that I'm going to stick this one a bit off to the side just to give an extra little feel. Also, if you were wondering if you could make any other homemade glues, I am not very sure, but I did try to make a corn flour and water mix. Obviously, I know you can make oobleck using corn flour and water, but I just thought because it is advertised to make gravy, which is quite thick substance, a bit like flour water, that you could use this as an alternative. But it just turns straight into oobleck, and no matter how much I did it, about 2 or 3 times, but no matter how many times I did it, it was either half oobleck or not really oobleck, or it just wasn't the best. So personally, I suggest using any pet safe glue or use the flour glue. So I am going back over the things that have dried and just giving them an extra layer of the paste. This way it is definitely secured and there is no way of getting any leak through there, and it's nice and secure for Mango, especially because this is a ledge. So if it does fall, it could cause injury. Obviously mine isn't that tall, so it should be okay. But I'm just making sure. Better safe than sorry. So yes, guys, this is something that your finished product should look a bit like. I'm not going to do the full reveal as I will show you that in a new video. You can also use this flower glue for any other projects you might come onto. But this is basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Also, if you are wondering about other ways to keep your hamster warm this winter, I did see some other videos about it, and you can also go and check out other YouTubers' videos about it too. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!